Okay, hi everybody, this is the Team Shady training call for new associates, how to use your back office. So I'm going to be doing a lot of screen sharing, where I'm going to show you stuff on the screen, and then if you have any questions, you can raise your hand on the participants button, and we'll try to get to those, but I'm going to try to keep it about an hour. So let me get my screen ready. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start with the very basics, just in case you got somebody who's super brand new and doesn't know how to do anything. And I have a lot of people that sign up and they really don't let me show them how to do anything, or they're in another state and I have a hard time explaining it to them like over the phone. So I'm just going to start from the very beginning. So let's see. I'm going to get to just an internet screen where I can show you guys what to do. Okay, so to get to your back office, everybody see that okay? Just nod yes, if you can see it. You're going to go to isagenix.com. Okay, and most of you guys probably already know this, but all right, so once you get to this screen, it's going to ask you what language. Now I have an international membership because I have people in Australia, so mine comes up with a lot more options. So if you do not have the international sponsorship, you will see like 3 options here instead of all of those. And then there's always this little box, just please note you're being redirected. Did I just hit OK automatically? And then you want to go up here in the corner where it says Associate Login. Now I'm going to log in with somebody who's on my team who's not active anymore, just so I can show you some basic stuff. And then I can show you more detail on another screen. So you're going to type in your username and password, which you should have received from your sponsor. And this is what is called your home screen. Okay, so there's lots of information on here. If you ever need to get back to this screen, you're going to click on this little button up here that says home. Okay. The important things that I look at on this page are, first of all, the active until date. Okay, so this person happens to be inactive, but for anybody else, there should be a date in here, okay? And that's going to tell you when your last order was, what your rank is, all of that information, and what time it is New York time. And that is important because everything for cutoffs for orders for like the double PIBs and things like that are based on New York time at midnight on Sunday. So if you're not quite sure what time it is or how much time you have left, you can look at this little thing right here. And if it doesn't say midnight, then you still have time to get it in. And then you can scroll down to this little section here, which is your BV summary. So for the basics, if there's anybody brand new that's never done anything yet and they don't know what that is, BV is business volume. Because Isagenix is an international company, it's too difficult to use dollar amounts and make it fair for everybody. And so every item, every product has a point value, which we call business volume. And when you order stuff and people on your team order stuff, people under you, you get BV. And that is how you get cycles. And Brent talks about that all the time, so I'm not going to go into that too much. And then right here where it says members in your downline. Okay, that might be confusing if you just started, but you are on somebody's team who enrolls a lot of people. You might think, I never enrolled anybody, so how do I have people in my downline? And the reason that you do is because we keep adding to the bottom. And so there's people under you that you didn't add, okay? So that is, I always go and look at that, and you can see like how close you are to your next cycle. It will tell you how many points you need for a cycle. And I'll show you that on a different screen that will make more sense with numbers on it. Okay, so really helpful across the top here are the basic stuff that you need to know. Manage your auto ship, enroll a new member, place an order, view and manage your events, okay? If you have any messages from Isagenix, you'll have something in your mail right here. But there are several different ways to get to things. So I want to talk about auto ship first because that's super important, and I'll tell you why. So there's a couple different ways to get to that. So one of the things I do is if you just click on the word orders, it's a little trick that I learned. Hers might not come up because she doesn't have an auto ship. But if you have an auto ship, it would show up in this box right here. It would show you your next auto ship, what you have in there, how much BV it is, and what your total is going to be. Because she's not signed up with auto ship, she gets this message that tells you why it's a good idea to sign up for auto ship. And there's several reasons. So first of all, you probably got an auto ship membership, which means you paid $29 instead of $39. And your renewal fee will then be also $29 or $19 depending on when you signed up. You can qualify for, Isotonics provides insurance if you meet certain requirements. So if you can only get that if you have an auto ship. And this is a good way to make sure you don't run out of anything. And you also get a discount. Okay, so you can get up to 15% off on all packs and systems. So if you are reordering a 30-day pack every month, it really makes sense to do it on auto ship because then you get the discount. Okay, so you can set that up anytime if you don't have one. And the great thing about that is you can customize it and you can change it anytime. I could change it every day if I wanted to, and Isogenics does not care. So if you have somebody who's really resistant or you are really resistant to auto ship, it's not like other companies that have auto ship where it's impossible to get rid of and they're charging you hundreds of dollars a month for stuff you don't want. Isogenics does not do that. So I strongly encourage everybody to set up an auto ship with just some basic products and get your minimum 100 BV on your auto ship, and then you never have to think about it. So that's a good way to make sure that you don't run out of stuff and also to save a little bit of money. If you absolutely positively think you're going to forget or you want to manage what date it goes through and you want to do it manually, you can just set up your auto ship for $1 Make-A-Wish contribution. So I'm going to show you where that is. So if you go to orders, place order, and this is just so that you're meeting the requirement to have an auto ship. You're not meeting your 100 minimum BV, but you are meeting the auto ship. Okay, I'm just going to do this because I don't want to set it up for her. Really quickly, I'll show you. So if you scroll down here where it says charitable donation, Make-A-Wish. So if you have somebody that you're setting up and they're just adamant about not wanting auto ship, just suggest this $1 contribution for their auto ship, and then they know that not more than $1 is ever going to go through. Okay, so it's just a $1 thing, and you can add that to your auto ship, and then you've met that requirement. Okay, go back to the home screen for a minute. So when you're brand new and the first few times that you sign in, there will be little video links across the top of your page, which are no longer on hers, but you can get to them right here where it says help and tutorials. Okay, so there are videos here on how to do everything on this page. So if you need to place an order, you click on that, and it's going to take you to a great little video that the ISA Geeks have put together on how to place an order. So you don't have to remember all of this. You can always watch the video if you forget how to do it. Or if you want to just send somebody to their page and let them train themselves, you can tell them where the videos are and they can watch those. Mine is being super slow. Please don't close this window. I have super slow internet here. So anyway, I'll close that. So that's where the videos are. So under help and tutorials, there's those videos that are normally across the top of your page when you first sign up are all right here, and you can watch them anytime. There's also a ton of other tutorials on how to do things, and I'm not sure how many of you have ever checked out this page, but the videos are pretty helpful. Okay, so the auto ship, she doesn't have one, so I'll show you on another screen. If you want to just place a regular order, which a lot of people don't know this when they start, but you can place a regular order anytime. So when we had, for instance, we had a seasonal shake, the pina colada shakes, and you were only allowed to order those through a regular retail order. You could not do them through your auto ship. So to do that, you can click on this place order button, or I always just go up here and place order. Now, until you figure out what category everything is in, it's really helpful to use the search button. And I'll show you where that is. So there's a product search button right here. So say somebody told you that you should try the greens and you don't have those and you've never ordered them and you don't know where they are, you just type in greens and search, and it's going to take you right to it. Here's the Isagenix greens. When you click buy now, it's not going to put it in your cart, it's going to take you to the description. So it will always take you to the description so that you can see all the information about the product, what it is. Here's another little note. If you buy 6 or more of anything, you save 10% always on any product. So if you wanted to say, order 1 box of each of the bars, we have 6 flavors of bars. You order 1 of each, you save 10%. And it may be a good way to buy in bulk if you have somebody that you're sharing with, or if you have a big family. It's a great way to save a little bit more money. Okay, so when you go to order, there's almost always choices on how you're going to get your product. So these come in a canister or a stick. So they're right here. It tells you how many servings, and it tells you how much business volume for each one and how much it costs. You're always going to pick the wholesale price because we have a wholesale membership. Resale is only for people who are reselling it, like a gym or a doctor's office or something. So you're not going to use that button. So you just would pick one if you wanted the canister and add to your cart. And then, well, that's got 2 things in there. It's going to ask you if you want to keep shopping, if you need something else, or if you want to go to checkout. So I'm just going to go to checkout so you can see what that screen looks like. Okay, so since she's inactive and she didn't renew and she didn't have an auto ship, it's saying that she has to pay her membership renewal before she could order again. And it's now $39 instead of $29. To avoid having to pay the $39, all she would have to do is go in and add 1 thing to auto ship, and then it should change it to $29. So if she just adds that $1 Make-A-Wish and runs that through on her auto ship, it should change this to $29. But right now, it would not let her order something without paying that membership fee again because she hasn't paid it. And it will always tell you this little thing right here where it says it's not a qualifying order of 100 BV. If you're just ordering 1 thing and you're not worried about that, you don't have to pay attention to that. What that's telling you is that you haven't met your minimum requirement in order to continue to make money with Isagenix. So you have to place a 100 BV order every month if you are doing the business part and you are trying to earn some money and you want to earn cycles. So there's a couple of requirements for that. So you have to have the 100 BV, you have to have an auto ship, and you have to have 2 people, 1 on your right and 1 on your left, before you're eligible to make money. So it's going to tell you with every order how much BV there is, what the tax is, what the shipping is, and then if you can go and add a bunch of stuff to your cart if you want to see how much it's going to be, and then you can come back here and delete things if you decide you don't want them, okay? Or you can always just go to this continue shopping button. It'll take you back to the other screen. If you have any coupons, you can click on this little button right here. So if you do the Ice Body Challenge, you get a $200 free product coupon, and it will be in here a couple weeks after you finish your challenge. And it would be on this screen, and you could just apply it to your order. So your credit card, you have a default credit card in your account when you sign up. You can add as many as you want and change them anytime you want. So you would just click on add if you wanted to add another credit card, and then you can either pick them up at will call if you're in Arizona, or you can have them shipped to whatever address. So say you're going to be traveling and you don't want to pack everything and drag it with you, you can have it shipped directly to where you're going. They will send you email updates if you check this box, and then you need to let them know if it's a residential address. So once you get all that figured out, you just hit place order, and then it will place your order. So someone can't go in here and order for you, by the way, unless they have your 3-digit code on your credit card. So you don't have to worry about somebody like just placing orders for you. Okay, so I'm going to go to the home screen and really quick, let's see if anybody has any questions. Nobody yet. Okay. All right, let's go back to this. Okay, so that is placing an order. That's the basics of placing an order and managing your auto ship. There's also, you can see your order history here. Go under orders, view order history, and you can just tell it you want to see all order history. It'll go up to 2 years of order history. So it will show your order. It will show how it was shipped, how much BV it was, and you can click on any order. Like, so if you're waiting for something, you want to know what's going to be here, you click on your order and you scroll down here to the tracking number, and it'll take you to the tracking screen and tell you when your order is supposed to arrive. So you can track any of your packages anytime. So this one's already been delivered, just telling me it's delivered. Okay, so that will let you see your history of what you've ordered. So if you place an order and then you forget what you ordered, you can go back and look at it anytime. You can also go back and print your invoice anytime. So it does create an invoice and give you the option to print that as soon as you place your order. If you forgot to print it and you need it for tax purposes, say you're ordering a bunch of stuff that you want for a launch party or samples to give out, and you want to track that for tax purposes, you can print the invoice out, and I suggest writing on there what the purpose of those was for so that you remember when it's tax time. Okay, so home screen. Now, I'm going to go over really quickly a feature that most people don't know that they have, which is that you have your own Isagenix website. As soon as you sign up to be an associate, Isagenix automatically gives you your very own website. Okay, you can have people place retail orders through there. So if somebody says, I absolutely positively don't want to sign up for anything, but I want to order a canister of shakes and see how it works. We try to encourage people not to do that because it's better if we can give them support and we can explain the system, and if they are willing to try the whole system, usually they have better results. But there are some people who just are adamant about it and they just want to order, you know, maybe they just want the performance products and they don't want to have an account, they don't want to have to worry about anything. If they're willing to pay the retail prices, you get a commission on that. So fine, if that's what they insist on doing. So you click, so on your home screen, you scroll all the way down to the left side here and click on Manage My Website. Okay, and I send this to all of my new people in their welcome email. I send them the link to their own personal website because they can customize the page and they can change it around to how they want it. And right now it's on the default. Okay, so this right here is your personal website. You can change that, what it says right here, your name, right here. You can type in something else. So if you wanted to say awesome Isadude or whatever you want your website to be, that's going to be your website that people go to. You can change that anytime, okay? You can put in as much or as little information on here as you want that will pop up on your website if people are trying to contact you. I suggest you always put in your phone number and an email address so that they have a way to reach you by text or by email if they're, you know, interested in it. So you can choose to have the prices on or off on your page. You can put your picture in here for your profile so that when they go to your page, they see your information, which is really nice. And this is all free. This is included in your membership. This is something awesome that Isagenix does for you. And a lot of people don't really use this. But if you want to send people there for information or so they can see what the retail pricing would be versus the pricing if they sign up, it might be really helpful. So anyway, you can click on this and it will take you to your very own website. And see up here, it has your name on there. And it basically goes to the Isagenix page. So this is the default where they can just go to the products and they can say, oh, I want to check out what's a 30-day cleansing and fat burning system. And so it's going to take you to the information page for that, and it's going to tell you everything about it. So there's a list of what products are included in this package. There are videos that they can watch about how the system works. If that link works on here, we'll see. Videos, yeah. So there's how to do a shake day, how to do a cleanse day, how to use the 30-day system. And then there's the marketing thing. So there's a flyer, 30-day system fast facts. So they can pull all this up and get all the information they want. And then, you know, encourage them if they want to go look at it on their own, that's fine. And then ask them to please call you when they're ready to place their order so that you can help them make the best decision to, you know, help them reach their goals. So you want to try not to let them order directly off your website unless they insist on it. But it's a good tool to use if people want to go look around. At least if you send them your website, there on your page, and if they decide to order, you'll make money off of it. And if they decide to sign up, they can do that as well. Okay, so from your page, and I use the custom one because you can pick which videos, you can pick which product packs are featured. So just let's see what this does. If I just pick one product here and say I want the coffee, it doesn't really give you any options on this one. So if you do the custom page, it's really cool because it lets them click on it and it'll tell them the retail price, and then it will tell them the price if they sign up to save money. So that is really helpful if you do the customized page. So anyway, that's just another little added feature that a lot of people don't know you have. There's a lead capture option on here. So it does have a lot of options on there that you can use, and you can set that up to work for you. Okay, let's see here. So the next thing that we're going to talk about in the back office is enrolling a new member. Okay, so this is where a lot of people get really confused when they first go to enroll somebody, and we always tell you to go to your bottom left or your bottom right. Okay, so when you get to this screen, you kind of have to scroll all the way down to the bottom to get to where you need to be. Now, because this person is on my team and I've kept enrolling, there's a whole bunch of people on here that she did not enroll and she doesn't know them. Okay, so she might open this up and say, I don't know who all these people are. How do I have all these people under me? And oh, look, I already have somebody on my right, so I just need somebody on my left. Well, that's not correct because she didn't enroll any of those people. So to get to consultant to the point where you can start getting paid, you have to have one that you personally enrolled on your right and on your left. Okay, so the left is easy because there's nobody there. So that would be her inside leg. And she would just click on sponsor a new associate here. That one's super easy. This side is a little more complicated, and you might think at first that you want to click on an unoccupied spot, and that is not correct. You do not want to use that unless there's special circumstances. So to get to where you would enroll somebody on your right side, you click this button right here. This is bottom right. And it's going to take you all the way down to the bottom of your tree, and you click on sponsor new associate in this spot. You always want to click on where it says recommended, sponsor new associate here. Okay, so that is how you figure out where to put people. And we really suggest that you go bottom right, bottom left, bottom right, bottom left, because when you're building your team, you want to try to build it kind of equally, because to get to the rank of executive, which is the ultimate goal, you have to have 5 people on each side that you personally enrolled that are consultants. And if you've built everybody on one side, then you have to play catch up and you have to try to enroll on the other side. So that makes it a little more difficult. So it's got all kinds of information on here, and you can click on this button to go up a level anytime and just see the progression of the tree. So you can just keep going up until you get to your name if you want. There's a lot of different information in these little boxes that's helpful as well. So it will tell you when someone's auto ship is set up for, so the A/S auto ship, it will tell you their active until date. So we always want the auto ship to be 1 day before the active until date. So we set it for 29 days. And that just gives you the maximum benefit of your business volume, okay, the way that Isogenics works. So we want to make sure that these are all set. So if you open this up for your team and you see that you have a bunch of people that their dates are the same, you want to get those changed. And so you can call them, or you can try to log in and fix it for them, but let them know what you're doing so that they know why you changed it. And it just helps them. And even if they're not ready to build the business right now, if they stay active, they may change their mind. And if they've banked all of that business volume, it will really help them to earn some money right away. So you want to help them out as much as possible, okay? All right, so that is how you start an enrollment. And if you go to enroll somebody, and I won't go through the whole process, but I'll just show you really quickly. So if you go, sponsor a new associate in this spot, you're going to tell them who the enrolling sponsor is. So if it's you, you're just going to click your name. And if it's somebody else, if you're helping somebody on your team, so say, you know, I'm on Esther's account, but if she had enrolled somebody and they were really confused and they needed to enroll somebody and they didn't know how to do it and they asked me to do it for them, I could just type their name in this box and it would find them and then it would make them the sponsor. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have the proper person in there. It's usually going to be the name that's on the box. Okay, all right, so the next thing, how are we on time? About a half hour. Okay. All right, so we did auto ship, we did enrolling a new member, we did placing an order. Your manage and view events is if you're going to any of the Isogenics events, so there's Celebration, there's NYKO, there's University in Action. If you have tickets to those, they will show up on this page. If you don't, it's going to give you a list of all the events, and you could try to find one close to you if you wanted to go to any of the events and purchase your tickets through here. New placement tree. So here's what I do to see my team. So when I'm trying to decide, I'm trying to keep track of maybe who's got an auto ship coming up that I need to call and go over it with them, or if somebody took their auto ship off and I want to help them, I go to this page. Oh, she doesn't have it on here, so I'll have to show you on mine. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over really quickly. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to switch over so I can show you what I look at when I go to my team view differently than Mr. Shaw does. So I'm going to show you what I do because it's easier for me. And it shows me just my team, which is a lot less confusing once your team starts getting bigger for me to see just the people that are on my team so that I can manage that a little bit better. So go to team and I click on view my team. And it's going to tell you right here how many people you have as personally enrolled consultants. And you need to get to 1 to get to consultant to start making money. You need 1, or no, you don't need 1. You plus 2 is you becoming a consultant. Them plus 2, then you get to manager. So you have to have at least 2 people that are consultants to become manager. You have to have 6 on any side to become a director. And then you have to have 10 for executive, and that has to be 5 right and 5 left, okay? So it will tell you which side they're on, and that's a good way to manage it. It will tell you what their active until date is, so you can make sure that nobody kind of falls out if you're trying to get to a goal like me. So this I find more helpful than the tree view. This lets me see my team. I can see when they joined. I can see when they're active until. I can see when their auto ship is. I can see what side they're on. I can see how much BV they've ordered in the last 30 days. And if they have anybody under them, to see that, the easy way to do that is you click on the little plus. And if you click on it and they don't have anybody, it'll just give you a message and tell you they don't have any people enrolled. So if you click on it, it will tell you the people that are under them, and they have like 1 right and 1 left. They became a consultant, and when they're active until. So you can kind of keep track of that. This view for me is easier to manage my team because I can really quickly see just the people on my team, and I can see when their auto ships are going through. If you're trying to reach a goal, you're trying to cycle, you're trying to reach some kind of contest or something. This is a great way to see, you know, how many orders you have going through this week and who's ordering, and just make sure that they're staying active. So see how the dates are at least 1 day before. So April 5th is their active until date. April 4th is their auto ship. The 10th, the 11th. So you want to make sure, this is a way to really quickly check your team and see if there's anyone who is not putting their auto ship before their active until date, okay? And then if you have anybody who's a preferred customer, it's going to show you right here, preferred customer, and that's somebody who just doesn't want to give their social security number and they just want to place orders. And that's great because volume is volume, and they're still using the products, and you never know, they might change their mind at some point, and then all they have to do is go put in their social security number and they can become active. So that's really helpful. Okay, so that is how I go to the tree. Let me see if there's anything else on here I wanted to show you. So downline reports, which Brent talks about a lot, this is how you get to them under team, view downline reports. I don't have anything too exciting on mine. Somebody writing all over my screen. Is that you, Fergie? Stop writing on my screen. Okay, so these are all the different reports that you can get. And I don't have much on there, but let's see. So personally enrolled, new members the last 30 days. It's kind of nice to see this if you want to reach out to some of your new members. You can reach out to them through going to your list to see who's been enrolled in the last 30 days and make sure that they know about their auto ship, make sure that they know how everything works. So this will show you you're personally enrolled, and then it will show you people enrolled by someone else. So this is a helpful little report, and it's saying that all of my new people have auto ship because I always make sure they get auto ship. So that is nice to have if you want to reach out to those people and connect with them and make sure that they know what to do. Okay, so then you have a resources link. Okay, so there's a ton of stuff on here. If you're looking for something really fast, like you want the enrollment form because you have a new person you want to sign up and you need the enrollment form, you can go here and it's right here, Associate Preferred Customer Application. If you want to send somebody the compensation plan, you can click on this and it'll take you to it. If you want to get the weight loss system guide, they lost their little booklet that came with their system and they don't know what they're supposed to do and they lost their shake schedule, it's right here on the quick links. You can just shoot them this, or you can tell them how to get to it in their back office and they can download it to their computer. Which again, my computer is not loading anything because it's slow. Anyway, there's a ton of quick links on there which are helpful. It's like the most requested documents, I guess, are the ones that are listed on there that you need to get to quickly. But if you want to find something else, if you're doing Healthy Mind and Body, you can get to it through here. The My Isogenics is a customer management system. There's all kinds of options in there. You can pay for a membership. I think there's a basic one and then a more advanced one, and it will send out emails and send information, and you can put new contacts in there. If you get somebody's email address and they say they're interested, you can put that in, and it will send them regular messages based on what they're interested in. So if it's energy, it'll send them energy messages. If it's weight loss, it'll send them weight loss stuff. I subscribe to that, but I haven't had a chance to really use it much. Then you go to the product catalog anytime from here. You can, the latest news is usually the FYI, FYI. The sales tools, if you're looking for brochures and banners, tablecloths, things like that, you can get them all under the sales tools. If you're looking for some cool Isogenics gear, like my shirt, which provided by Team Shady, by the way, you can find some of the clothing and accessories in there. They have cell phone covers and pens and all kinds of stuff in there. There's Isogenics sponsored conference calls. They have a schedule in here. You can go to their Facebook page from here. You can watch the Isogenics videos, which takes you to isomovie.com. So there's just a bunch of resources in there for stuff that you might be looking for. Contests and promotions. So this is where you sign up for the IsoBody Challenge. If you haven't done that yet, just go do it. It's free to sign up. And when you finish it, you get a $200 product certificate for free stuff. So it's really helpful to do that. So any of the promotions that are going on, signing up for your IsoBody Challenge, the leadership pools, all of that is under this tab. So you can go to view contests. It'll tell you anybody in your downline who is signed up for the IsoBody Challenge, which is really nice to know. You can just see you're personally enrolled, or you can see everybody under you. And it'll just tell you their name so that you know who's enrolled in the program. And then there's the challenge guidelines, which explains how it all works. So it's super easy to get set up and start that. If you're not doing it, I encourage you to start that as soon as possible. Okay, so like I was talking about the BV summary. So right now, I need 132 BV on my right side for my next cycle, okay? This is where I kind of go to manage this. You can also get it on your phone with the IsoPulse app, which is really, really helpful because most of the time I don't have my computer with me. So it's nice to have the app. If you don't have that yet, go download IsaPulse and ISA Order, which is also super helpful. You can manage your auto ship on there, you can track your order, and you can order stuff, especially if something new comes out. It's the fastest way to get it is the ISA Order app usually. Okay, so I am going to turn this off for just a second. All right. Jamie, what is your question? Are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I was turning off my TV. So I have set up, when I went into, like when I set up my mom's account, I switched her auto ship and all that to 29 days. But when I'm looking at her auto ship and her active date, they're the same. Did I do something wrong?
Okay,
Yeah.
so when you first set somebody up, the default when you set up the auto ship is to 30 days. You have to manually go in and change that date the first time to 1 day before that and then hit the 29-day button. So you just have to manually adjust it when you first set them up, and then after that it'll be automatic.
So you have to actually not only change it to 29, you actually have to change the date as well?
Right. When you enroll them, you need to manually change that date because Isagenix automatically defaults to 30 days.
Okay.
And when you hit 29 days, it's talking 29 days from the date that's showing on the screen. So the first one, you have to manually adjust it. And you can go in and just change that date by managing your auto ship. And I'll show you that in just a second here. Does that answer your question?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So I don't know who Samsung is. I'm going to unmute you. Whoever this is. Who had a question? Samsung phone?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, this is Chris Tomzak.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, my question is, so when you're signing up a new member and there's specials going on from the upline, how do you incorporate that, or do they just mail a check to them directly and you just go ahead and sign them up on the computer so that you don't have to, have them deal with it?
Right. So if there's any incentives going on, those have to be sent separately by whoever's offering those incentives. There's no way for us to apply that when you're signing somebody up. So when I present that to somebody, if there is an incentive, I present it as a rebate that's going to be available to them and will be sent to them after their account is set up. So they will have to pay for everything up front, and then they will get their rebate later from whoever's offering that incentive. The only time,
great.
yeah, you're welcome. The only time that that's different is if Isagenix Corporate is offering an incentive. So when there's launch week and they do free shipping, if you meet the requirements for the free shipping, which is normally 164 BV and an auto ship membership, then it will automatically apply as soon as you put the order in and you've met all the requirements. So if it's from Isagenix, it will automatically apply on their screen. And if it's from your upline or from somebody else, then you will have to wait until they send the payment. Okay?
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Who else? Anybody else? Okay. I didn't read all the little notes here. Lisa, it's good that you don't know how to draw on the screen. Okay, so I'm going to show you something on the auto ship really quick since we had a question on that. So I'm going to go back to the screen really fast so I can show you that on mine. Okay, so I need that off my screen. All right. I'm going to go to Manage Auto Ship on mine so that you can just see how to change stuff in here. Okay, so when you pull up your auto ship, it's going to tell you your next auto ship date. You can change that manually if you need to. I have mine set for 29 days. If you need to change it, you're going to click on this Edit My Auto Ship, okay? And see I have 101 BV in there. Just made it over. So when you go to Edit My Auto Ship, this is where you can change what's in your auto ship. Now, just so you know, if somebody is completely freaking out and doesn't want an auto ship and they want to delete it, it will not let you on the screen delete everything out of your auto ship. In order to completely delete an auto ship, they have to call customer service. So the only thing that you could do for them is tell them how to change it so that it's just the $1 Make-A-Wish. And most people are okay with making a $1 contribution and not freaking out about it. If they absolutely positively do not want anything, then you give them the customer service number and have them call, and customer service is awesome and they will totally take care of it for you. But that is not something you can fix for them, and it's not something they can fix themselves. I've tried, trust me. Okay, so if I decided to change my auto ship date, I could just manually type in the date here that I want to change it to. If I wanted to make it sooner now. So a lot of people, what they do is they set up an auto ship and then they think they have to wait for their auto ship to get something. That is absolutely not the case. You can order anytime through the regular order screen, and you can adjust your auto ship accordingly. So if you decided that right now you're out of the Tea Plus chai and you had to order it right this minute, you can delete that from your auto ship by clicking that button, and then you can go to the regular order screen and go ahead and order it right now, okay? So you can change this anytime. And if there's something you wanted to try, so say you've never tried the whey thins and you want to try those, when you add that to your cart when you're doing an auto ship, I'll just show you really quick. There's a button that says try once. So if it's not something you want every month on your order, but you just want to try it one time and you want to add it to your auto ship, you can click try once, and then the next month it won't show up again, okay? So I'll just show you with the amped power, which is really good stuff, by the way. If anybody hasn't tried that, it is delicious, yummy cherry flavor, and it works amazing. So right here, you only get this try once button for auto ship additions. It doesn't come up on the regular order screen. So this allows you to just try it one time. It'll add to your auto ship for the current auto ship, and then the next time it won't repopulate into that. If you know that you want it every time, you can just hit add to cart, okay? And then if you need to get back to your auto ship and you decide you don't want that, you can just go up to the front, put your mouse over the cart. It's going to show you what you have in there right now, and you can just go to review auto ship. It'll take you back to that screen. And just know that when you hit the checkout button on your auto ship, it's not going to charge it right away. It's only going to charge it on the date that you have it set up for. And that's another thing that is kind of confusing when you're setting somebody up for the first time. So I can't really show you without setting somebody up, but I'll just explain it really quickly. So when you set up a new person, you're going to do their regular order that they're ordering right now. So let's say they're going to do a 30-day system. You're going to put in the 30-day system. You're going to get everything, all the options picked the way they want it. And then the next screen is going to be, let's set up your auto ship. Okay, and you have a couple different choices on how to do that. I usually pick from catalog, and I pick like the basic stuff that I think they're going to want the next time based on their goals. So if it's shakes and cleanse, I put in shakes and cleanse, or I put in a 30-day system if they are really committed and they have a big goal. And then it's going to ask you to confirm that, but it's not going to put that order through. It's going to put it through on whatever date you set up. Okay, so that is a little confusing the first time that you set somebody up. But just know that it's only going to put through the original, their first order. It's not going to put through both charges at the same time. So once you have this all set the way that you want it and you have your auto ship, so right down here it's going to give you your summary of your auto ship. It's scheduled for this date. It's in 29 days. There's the total, and there's the amount of BV, okay? So once you get that all set up exactly the way you want it, you're just going to click on Confirm Auto Ship. And that is going to save it in your system. And that way you have it all good. So like I said, you can change this anytime. So if like I said, I ran out of tea chai and I ordered that, I can go back and take that out of my cart and add something else in for my auto ship because I don't need it again. Maybe if I ordered today, I don't need it again by the 13th. So I'm going to go to the home screen and show you what I was trying to show you earlier on the auto ship really quickly. So if I want to check mine really quick, I just click on orders. And it's going to pull that up right here on this screen. So it's going to give you your auto ship summary right here. Your next order will be shipped on this date. That's what your total will be. That's what your BV. It does qualify you for active status. It's going to show you everything that's in your cart. And okay, that's all good. So I'm just going to leave it there. If I was like, oh, yeah, I want to change my flavor of bars, then I'm going to go up here to manage auto ship and change it. And so it's going to show 5 things in my cart because I was just adjusting my auto ship, but there's really not 5 things in my cart. So if I went right now and decided to order something, first of all, it's going to ask me what country I'm ordering from, because there's certain things that are available only in certain countries and not available in others. Okay, so let's just say I was going to order some ionics really quickly. If I decided I need to order this right now, it's not going to add it to my auto ship or add it to the cart. See, now the cart says 1, okay? And I don't need this right now, so I'm going to go delete it just so I don't forget. But if you just leave it there, it's not going to do anything. It'll stay in there for a few days, and you can just pull it back up. So a lot of times when people ask me how much something is, I actually go to the order screen, and I start typing stuff in, and then I can give them a total. Now, it's going to be different for their tax and shipping depending on where they live, but I can give them a ballpark number of what it's going to be. So if somebody says, what if I just wanted to order 2 cans of shakes? How much is that going to cost me? I can go and put in, 2 ionics. So if you want 2 ionics, I can put in 2 ionics, and I can tell you that that's going to be, whatever this total comes up to be. It's going to be about $80, depending on where they're shipping it to, okay? So I use this kind of to give people pricing that includes all the tax and shipping, because I like to include that when I give them pricing. And it's just helpful for me. I can just plug it in here anytime and just check what the cost is. And then after I'm done with that, I can just delete it. So that's a really great way if somebody wants pricing on something. So if you have like a new person, they say, well, I want to just get the greens. How much is that going to cost? I mean, you can tell them how to do it themselves on their screen, or if you want, you can look it up really quickly for them. So that's a great way to do that. Let's see if anybody else has any questions. Yeah, anybody? Fergie, no questions? You got nothing? He already knows it all. Okay, so I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to go through as far as the back office. And there's tons of information in there. There's video tutorials. There's so much information available to help you that you should be able to find it. And like Brent says, if you can't find something, the best way to find it is to type into your Google search bar, ISA FYI, and whatever it is that you want to look up, and it will take you right to that information. So that is the easiest way to find something. If you absolutely can't find it in your back office and you don't know where to go, just type it into your Google search bar. As Lynette says, Google that shit. Just figure it out. That's what Google's for. And I love that saying, and I say it all the time now. So, all right. So is there anybody else that has any questions on anything I didn't cover that you don't know how to do? Dan?
Well, I guess I do have a question. That is, I'm going to give you some numbers I need you to pick from, because Team Life Changer said to anybody that has never been on Zoom, if they were on, then they would be entered in a drawing. And if with that drawing, and I just want to emphasize that the winner of this will receive $50 towards the next time that they enroll someone. I'm going to reward them with $50 additional product introductory bonus. Okay.
Wow.
And just to emphasize, and we've talked about shifting a little bit of, we're not incentivizing people to enroll. We're incentivizing growth. And if someone finds a way to enroll somebody else, we want to make that happen. So I have a list of numbers here, but Teresa, I'm not going to show you. So you are going to pick a number between 1 and 7. We actually had 13 Life Changers on the call. Many of them have been on Zoom. Many of them have been on Zoom before, but 7 were in for a number of minutes. So 1 to 7, Teresa, you tell me, pick a number.
1 to 7. I'm going to go with 5.
Okay. Well, if you see this on my screen, can you see the screen?
Barely, because it's like a little thumbnail.
Okay. What about now? Because how about this? I see Sharice Turberg. Okay, and
Yay,
she, so she is $50. What I'm going to tell you this, and I love that this is recorded, and I try to be just like Brent. And Brent, when he's amped up about stuff, he makes deals with people, and then he regrets it, kind of like spending a lot of money to send people to Texas for NYKO. For Leanne Franks and Leslie and Chris Tomzak, Tammy, Jamie Miller, Cindy Mraz, and Katie Wade. They were newbies that are on right now. I will double your PIB on the next person you enroll. And if it's $25 or $50 or $80 for a pace setter, or excuse me, for a President's Pack, we'll double that PIB, because being on this call is crazy because you took time out of your day. So why don't we pay you at least $25 an hour for being on this call? So, however, Sharice, we're going to have that plus 50. You're the winner. Thanks.
Nice.
Thanks for your time.
Congrats, Sharice. What you got, Brent? What's up?
Hey, Teresa, I was listening, and fantastic job. Seriously. Thank you for doing this. It really, really went well, and you flowed well. You touched the highlights. You didn't over-focus on anything and get sidetracked like I do. So well done. Congratulations. That's a great call.
Oh, thanks. All right, did I answer everybody's question? Did I miss anybody? I just want to make sure I didn't miss any questions while we're on here. Okay, now that I know how to save the recording, I'm going to save this and I will put it on YouTube, and then I'll post it on the Team Shady page. So if any of your group missed it, they will be able to watch it later. Thanks everybody for being on the call. I appreciate you guys taking time out and hanging out with me tonight, and I hope you learned something new, even some of you people that have been on here for a while.
Thanks, Teresa. It was awesome.
You're welcome. All right. Good night, everybody.